Hey everyone, so sorry for that. I feel like there's something on my throat. I don't know, maybe some of you can notice that. Anyways, you guys, today I'm actually doing exercise 3.29 and I'm not gonna waste any time. I'll simply read through it. No unnecessary talking wanted, of course. Okay. So it's a geometry problem. So we're working with two circles. We gotta write a program that prompts the user to enter the center coordinates and the radii of two circles and determines whether the second circle is inside the first or overlaps with the first, as shown in figure 3.10. So they also gave us a hint. It simply says circle 2 is inside circle 1 if the distance between the two centers is less than or equal to the absolute value of the difference of the two radius, right? Okay. And circle 2 overlaps circle 1 if the distance between the two centers is less than or equals to R1 plus R2. Again, they gave us a hint, right? They gave us a hint, as you guys can see. They gave us a hint and also a sample run. Okay, let me check on my next. Oh, luckily, this here's figure 3.10. Again, it would be better if we had a way of checking out our solution when we actually do testing. It would be better to have something visual as they do right here, right? But I am gonna give out, it will depend. I might give out something visual because that's something else on its own. You see, creating a program that will display different cases of two circles intersecting each other or two circles with one inside the other. It will be some work there on its own, right? So I don't know, honestly, but at the moment on this tutorial, I'm not gonna give out something visual. I'm just gonna give out a working solution. Again, I might perhaps on the next tutorial also have a program aside which simply display, for the sake of checking our solution visually, right? Okay, anyways, let's go through what I did up to now. Okay, for the sake of saving time, I created the scanner. I hope everyone knows how that is done, otherwise you wouldn't be here. Okay, what I then did is to create three variables: circle 1 x coordinates, circle 1 y coordinates, circle 1 radius. That's self-explanatory, so I won't say a thing about that. Okay, what I then did is to prompt a user to enter the position and the radius of the first circle. Basically, I initiated these variables are declared at the top. Likewise, for circle 2, I've got the x coordinates, the y coordinates, and the radius of circle 2 declared right there on line 19. Okay, and then these lines, what they responsible for is to initiate these variables over here. Again, reading from a scanner, it's not something that we're concerned about on this exercise. What we care much about though is the following. Okay, so basically what you want to do first is to calculate a distance between, let's see what they said here. We want to calculate the distance between 2 points, right? We want to calculate the distance between x1, y1 and x2, y2. Okay, that's the very first thing we want to do. Okay, so what are we going to do? Since we're doing this from student A's perspective, we would first calculate x2 minus x1 squared. I'm not sure if I spelled that right, but I hope I did. Okay, what I'll simply do is to go double. Let me just go first part. I don't. Oh, it seems like electricity is gone now where I'm actually at. Anyways, let me continue. Luckily, I'll still have my battery. Okay. So how am I gonna do that? I'll simply go. I'm simply going to say x2 minus x1 times x2 minus x1. So it's x2 minus x1 multiply that by this. Of course, it will be better if I simply go to the next line for visual purposes, okay? For visibility, okay? So what else I want to say? I want to go second part. I mean, I've noticed that if I copy and paste, you see, copying and pasting is less time consuming compared to typing, especially if you have something tedious. Even though there is prone to errors, even though that there's a huge chance that you're going to make an error. However, it's better in terms of speed. You're gonna get a lot done in a less period of time, as you guys can see. So on this part over here, what I'm doing is I'm simply calculating x2 minus x1 squared. I hope everyone knows the distance formula. It simply says it's the square root of x2 minus x1 all squared plus y2 minus y1 all squared. So that's why we need these two variables, the first part and the second part. Or perhaps I should just go the x part because it only works with x. Okay, what else do I want to do? Another thing that I might want to do is to find a distance, right? Distance will simply be math dot square root of x part plus y part. That is our distance. Now the next thing to do will be to check whether the second circle is inside the first one. So let's check out how do we go about doing that. They gave us a hint right here that hint circle 2 is inside circle 1 if the distance of two centers is less than or equals to the positive difference of two radius. Okay, so that simply says if distance is less than or equals to Perhaps I should have done something first, though. Let me just go. Again, remember we're doing this from student A's perspective. Let me have a variable called distance, and I'll just go circle. Circle 1 radius minus circle 2 radius. Yes. However, what I want is the absolute value of that. So I've got to go the absolute value of the whole thing, right? Okay. So once I get that, then I'll be able to go. Or another thing that I want, double sum. This will simply give me the sum of rectangle 1. The sum of radius 1. I'm still stuck on our previous problem where we were working with the 2 rectangles. Okay, anyways, we gotta go the sum of rectangle 1 and of the sum of circle 1 radius and circle 2 radius. Okay. Now what I want to do is to check if distance is less than or equals to difference. What is it that I can conclude? I can simply go system.out.print. Circle 1 is inside circle 2. Okay. 2 is inside circle 1, period. Else if distance less than or equals to sum, then system.out.print, then what I can simply do here, I can go circle 2 overlaps circle 1. Otherwise, circle 2 does not overlap circle 1. Circle 2 does not overlap circle 1. This is way too straightforward compared to our previous exercise. Where we had to work with 2 rectangles. That was pretty challenging, especially if you're gonna do a case where you also deal with 2 rectangles overlapping each other. Anyways, here we're not working with that, we're working with 2 circles. So circle 2 does not overlap circle 1. Again, this should be it for this solution. What is left for me to do right now is to do the checking. There's nothing tricky about this exercise if you ask me, because we were also told the link. If you know how to calculate your distance, then you're good. That's the only thing that matters on this problem here. Right. Let me hit the run button and try to put these numbers here. for the sake of seeing what's going to happen. Let's see. It's better give us what we expected. Circle 2 is inside circle 1. Okay. Again, as I told you guys, I'm gonna make a plan and come up with something visual when we actually work with the second solution on this same exercise 3.29. Okay, that should be it for this tutorial, you guys. Again, there's something I wanna point out. In case you feel like I've made it, in case you've pointed out a mistake I made, please let me know in the comments. That way I'm gonna try to get back to you guys. What was the reason behind that? Or perhaps you might think it's a mistake only to find that it's not. And of course, I'm a human being, so I make errors. So in case you point out a mistake again, please let me know. Or in case there's something you want to ask, in case there's something you feel like I should touch on, again, let me know. That should be it for this tutorial, you guys. Cheers. I'll see you on the next one when we actually do exercise 3.30. Cheers, you guys. I'm gone.